lovelies, it is your favorite fairy, Camille or Kamiyu. Welcome back to my channel. I'm a full-time mom, a full-time student, a small business owner, and a content creator slash streamer. Today is a small business vlog. We are making waist beads, and here at Bodi By Kamiyu, I specialize in making tie-on waist beads. I do have some elastic. I can't decide if I want to do clasp or not. So y'all, if y'all see this video, comment down in the description box if you would like for me to make clasps like that you can take off on and off. Reason why I don't like doing clasps is because I value commitment, and if you're wearing waist beads, you're committed to yourself, and you're either your self-love journey or weight loss journey, whatever I want you to be committed to it like I am. Okay, so I'm gonna show y'all a few of the waist beads that I've made so far. I am starting off small. I don't want to do too much waist beads and body skincare, all that body oil. I keep saying skincare. We're not doing skincare, we're doing body care. Okay, body yada 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 yada. Anyway, this is really going to be a small business vlog because I have to take product photos of my beads and I have to weigh them. All of my waist beads are like fairy inspired names, so I'm not about to make 1,000 beads. I want to drop a new collection every week. I'm going to be dropping like the main ones on the website, and then I'm going to add some more later. Let's get into the tutorial. I'm going to show you everything you need to make waist beads at home, or you can buy them from me, your favorite fairy. The first thing you need is a bead spinner, whether it be manual or electric. I hate the manual ones, it's just for show. I just store beads in there if I'm doing multiple colors. So this is the electric one, and it goes forward or backwards depending on if you're left-handed or right-handed. So that's nice, and it has different speeds. You're gonna need some beads. You can go to Hobby Lobby, you can go to Michael's, or you can go to Walmart. You can even go to Amazon and get beads, or you can go to a bead website. But these are just examples of the ones that I get from Hobby Lobby. They're super affordable. These are $3.99, and they're always 50% off. So yes, and I could do about, with these, I could do about 2 waist beads, maybe 3 if I add another color like out of my drawer. You're gonna need thread. I have this thread that I got from another waist, like a waist beader that sells products to other people who want to make waist beads. You can also get, like, this is the good thread. This stuff right here, this is 100% nylon, baby. I cannot break. Like, yeah, no, this right here, this is the truth, and that's what that looks like. But it's whatever thread you feel is going to be beneficial for you. And then you're going to need a measuring tape, and I make my waist beads up to 55 inches. There are some, it ranges from 45 to 60. We're about to thread some waist beads so I can make them. So I take this off, set this to the side, I put my thread up here, and what I do is take my measuring tape, and I'm gonna, and you're gonna need some fabric shears. I suggest these versus regular scissors because the cut is just better. So what I do is I take it right at the top. I take this on the inches. Make sure you're on the inches and not centimeters. Take this to the top to where it says, it's like the clasp, because I want it a little over. So you put it to the clasp on the measuring tape, and then I do 10 inches. So I give it 10 inches on each side of my waist beads. So this way I can tie them, and you see the little knots. I'll show you in a second. And then I just go all the way down to 55. Boom. That's one side in the 55. And then where I stopped at 55, so that, like I said, they may be a little bit longer than 55. And then I drag this down to 10, and then I cut up here. And then I do this again. I get some more. Hold on. I take it like this, line this up, make sure it's even, 10 more times. So yeah, I'll be back once I do it 10 more times. Now, I would suggest, it depends on which seed beads you use. I use 6/0 and 8/0 seed beads. So I use the bigger beads. I don't use the little tiny beads. But if you like using the little tiny beads, then you can use less string, because you're not going to be able to put 10 pieces of string through it. You're not going to be able to pull it. Okay, so I finished my string, and as you can see, it's pretty thicker than what it was. I wanted to show y'all why I have 10 inches on each side. This is a 55-inch waist bead. So down here is the seed bead. This is the anchor bead. The purpose of the anchor bead is to stop the beads from falling off, but to give the excess string gives people a little bit more room to maneuver the beads down to get the right fit for their waist. So before I get started, I forgot that you're definitely going to need beading needles. These are the straight eye, big eye beading needles. I like to use the C-curved one, the hooks. These are beat up because I use these a lot. Just start. It's going to be kind of hard to catch it as a beginner, but you just got to find a rhythm. And what I like to do is I like to start off with 30, and yes, I count them, and I make sure that there's no like real messed up beads. Go all the way through the bottom. All right, so this is the first step of these waist beads, and I'll come back to show y'all when I'm further along. All right, y'all, so we have finished the bead. So before I put my anchor bead on, which is these silver ones, I have to make sure that this is 50 inches. So what I like to do, well, 55 inches. Grab my measuring tape, and I start at the bead, like the ball point where the knot is. Hold it up to the top, and make sure I have this secure so that it doesn't fall, and there are no gaps in the beads. Like, the beads have to be flush together. And you want to make sure when you loop it, you make it as tight to the bottom so the beads don't move around, because when they move around, that is a pain. When I tell you it's a pain, it is a pain. So I'm just making sure all the beads are flush. So I try to make majority of them even, but this one may be a little longer on this side design wise, but the charm over here, like, these are so close to the end, if they have to take more off the other side, I'd rather them have like a complete design versus them having to take like these off because it wasn't enough on this side, if that makes sense. But they can take some off of this side and still have all of their charms. Like, when you're running a small business, you have to make your prices include the labor. You might not have paid a lot for the products, but the amount of time, and you have to make a profit. Like, you can't just make your stuff, oh, you make lip gloss for $6. Like, that's all it costs to make a tube lip gloss, and maybe $3-4, but you're only charging $7. You're not gonna make any money like that. So I have my anchor bead in here, and now it is time for me to do my little 1-2 with the knot. All right, and then boom. Okay, so now we have our completed waist bead. It is really gorgeous. Like, at first I didn't like it. I ain't gonna say I didn't like it, but with these beads, like this sequence, the iridescent, it was kind of hard for me like to really figure out what I wanted to do. So now we're going to take some product photos and weigh out some products. All right, so let me put the supplies up, and then we're going to get to taking some product photos. So I'm really feeling these beads. Like, yeah, they are so pretty. We'll do a close-up later. I have my iPad here so I can input it into my notes, like the weight and stuff. So I'll put that right there. And typically I would just go ahead and put it into like the Shopify website, but I'm making my website tonight. The title is going to be waist beads, sizes, not sizes, lengths and weight. And this is for packaging purposes. Like, when you add your products, you want to make sure that you put a weight, because if you say it doesn't weigh anything and you try to ship it, the shipping is going to be wrong. So you want to make sure that so it has pounds and it has ounces. So these with the charms, make sure you zero it out. weighs 1.7 ounces. So, all right, so here's my scale. Like I said, get it weighed out at 0. And then these are the beads I'm gonna do next. So all I do is sit them on there, and they are 1.1 ounces. 1.1. Now, it may vary because yes, I have this one that was 1.1, but I also have another one. So I'm gonna set that over there and then clear it out. And then I need to make sure, see, because this one weighs 1.3 or 1.2. Now these have the same amount of like beads on them, but the beads weigh different sizes. So let's try this one more time. Okay, see, now it's saying 1.2. But if it's off an ounce, it's okay. But that's just the gist of showing you that you need to weigh the product outside the packaging. Now, when I do set up my Shopify store, I don't have to worry about, like when I'm adding the products in, I don't have to worry about how much it weighs. Now, packaging is different. Depending on your bubble mailers or your boxes, you have to weigh that itself. You know what I'm saying? Like after these have weight, but like once you package everything up, you're gonna put it on the scale, and then however much it weighs, then you can print off the shipping label and go like that. We're gonna take a few product photos. So borrow this right quick. I try not to mess with the settings too much. I just take it naturally, and then what I'll do is if I have to use a Photoshop app or something to enhance the color or to change the brightness, I'll do that. We have reached the end of this small business vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope if you wanted to learn how to make waist beads, you learned something. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button. Make sure the notification bell is on so that you can be notified every time your favorite fairy posts. Thank y'all so much for watching. Hit that like button, drop a comment. Be sure to come back for more small business tips and vlogs.